Hey, good people. What's going down? Welcome back to Weapons Cave. I am your host, Jamie Waring. And we're doing something a little different here. Of course, I'll talk to you guys about my experience as far as dealing with screen printing. This has nothing to do with modeling, so, excuse me. So if you're only, watching because of the model, but of course in the description, you can't see it. This has nothing to do about car modeling or anything in the modeling community. But I do want to talk to you guys about what I have going on here in the cave besides modeling, which is another hobby of mine, screen printing. And because I've been doing this, I've got like at least probably 7 years of experience altogether in screen printing throughout my life. I know how to do a 16 count automatic screen on a screen printing press from a 16 count, 14 count, 12 count, and 10 count. And I also know how to operate a screen printing on a manual press. But lately, shown in a video before, wow, one day my landlord came in here and said, "Jamie, I have a gift for you." What's up, Victor? So he goes in the truck and comes back to the house and, opens up the door. Oh, well, he was out of the truck. Opened up the door and went inside and pulled out this machine. And as he was coming towards me, I was like, oh my God, it's a screen printer. I literally lost my... So I'm doing my best trying to stop using so much vulgarity to bring on some inner peace, if you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so this is what I have. It's called a YuDu Screen Printer. This is basically how the software how the emblem looks, and the software and all that stuff. And I've got this is like at least $725 worth of stuff, and I mean it's literally like actually on the invoice. I don't know how well you'll be able to see, but anyway, that's not important. If you believe, if you don't, you don't. But anyway, what we have here, we have squeegee. We have the emulsion paper, which is, it's inside here. I haven't pulled it out yet, but this is the emulsion paper that you use to actually go onto the screen. It's a measuring board to make sure your placements is right as far as lettering is concerned. Measurement as far as, big scale image, bigger images. We have, we actually got a screen that actually had an image on it, which I did print a while ago when I first got this, for shits and giggles. And that's the image right there itself on that shirt that I actually printed, which is hold on, let me. This is the shirt itself with the actual image on it. I didn't make this image. This was just one of the images that was on one of the screens. But anywho, of course you got your board for put the actual T-shirt on. Excuse me, I'm anal, so I'm kind of perfectionist, so I don't want stuff to be out of place. I got board for the T-shirt. Actually have an extra board, a brand new, fresh one, still in the plastic, which is absolutely awesome. Besides this screen, I actually have two other screens that was actually inside the box here, which is I have two screens here, which is a... Damn it, can't do this without taking the box out. Which is a 220 mesh screen, and also we have another screen which is this one doesn't say, most likely it's a 220 as well. The mesh doesn't look all that wide, because of course the higher the mesh, the more detail what you can do inside the print to make the print more fresh, which is better for lettering and smaller images for like to show the what do we call them? The front emblem, because you have the bigger images, sometimes for the front, mainly for the back. That image right there is just whatever, like for the front, but the crisper images are for like lettering and like prints like this right here, because this is what stuff I used to do as well. And also I have what is this? This is another screen, which is probably a lot higher mesh, which is probably more details, probably a 220, maybe 200, somewhere around there, 220, 250, somewhere around there. But anyway, yeah, that's everything that came with it. But this machine here, it comes with a dryer. This is the drying area right here, which you can put the screen in and out. You can put up at least two screens in there. This is the dryer. It's the printer itself where you can print images. And it's also, which is the most outstanding thing, it's a burner where you burn your images. I'm going to show you. I went ahead and went on Photoshop. And and made just to BS around, you know, on Photoshop. As you can see, this is Photoshop, the software Photoshop, and made, you know, I'm just BSing. I'm just trying my first printing out my first actual image through the printer, and I made this image right here, just, you know, something simple, and I went ahead and printed it out, and there's the image itself. I got it all taped up on the screen right here, so we're all ready to roll. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back down, and we're ready to roll. So what I have to do, you got this tape down, you get the image itself, you get a screen. I mean, you can get any screen. Oh shit, it doesn't matter what screen you get. But of course, the image itself, I got this image right here taped off, so you know nothing won't get on it. And this is a first trial because I don't. It may work first time, may not, but you know we'll see. That's the whole point of doing it. But each screen has its flush side, and it has its side that has a little bit of edge to it. The flush side is the side that you put down. The one that has the actual edge on it, that's the side you put in the printer itself. What else? Okay, you grab one of these bad boys, one of the printing boards. You put that down so everything is nice and flush. And I've got the image that's going to be kind of on top, at the top part of the mess. That's how you kind of recycle and reuse your images, so that way you can use it as much as possible, because you don't want to just use an image, get done with it, and then you want to kind of put as many images as you can. As far as, you know, if you have the funds, you know, to get a bunch of screens, to get a bunch of mess. But when you're first starting out, you got to use what you can. Even when you have an abundance, you still use the image area as much as humanly possible. So we put this down right here. Okay, I've got a little coffee can, which is filled with water. Put that down so it'll have some pressure. And as right here is okay. I don't know well if you can see it right here. 8. That's the timer. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead. Hold on, I just want to look up something here back on YouTube just to make sure on this app, because I know how to burn, but I've never used this type of machine, so I want to make sure I do it right.
It's a good exposure.
So 1 second.
You'll have to just experiment with that. It could change from design to design depending on what you're trying to do.
1 second.
But 8 minutes will be good for us. If we use this button here, it will just turn our light on and it will stay on. This one will actually time us, so we'll go ahead and hit that one. And it's now turned our light on in our light box. And we'll go ahead and let that expose for about 8 minutes.
Alright, well, it's pretty damn simple. That's one thing I do love. It's really simple. You know, it's not hard to operate or whatnot. So all we gotta do now is 8 minutes. We hit the expose light, and bada bing, bada boom. We can just peek just to make sure the light is on. So in 8 minutes. Here, hopefully we'll have an image that is actually on the screen. And from there, we can wash it out, get the ink out, wash the ink out, and we'll print a shirt. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it 8 minutes. Let this bad boy here expose, let it burn, and then we'll get back to you, let you know where we're at. Peace. We'll be back here in a minute.